Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with another edition of Zodiac Chat. You guys know that here we do reality stars on this because I review reality shows. So I'm going to be showing you a few Aries reality stars on today. It was really hard to narrow down Aries for this video. I normally like to get between 8 and 10. I don't normally do more than 10, but it's a lot of Aries on reality TV, especially my ladies. You guys are all over the scene on reality television. So I did my best to try to narrow it down. I might add a few in that aren't pictured, but we're going to do the best we can with what we have. Let's jump into it. Okay, so I had a really hard time finding guys for the Aries reality stars, but first up we have Mr. Todd Chrisley. I like the Chrisleys in general. I think they are hilarious, but Todd Chrisley definitely embodies the Aries male boyish charm that I talked about on the last video. He just has that feel to him where you just feel youthful around him. He's a boy on the inside, which is probably why he's able to relate so easily and have a good time with his children. It's just that good old southern boyish charm that he has, and that is his Aries nature coming out. You're always going to have a good time when you're around Todd Chrisley. Another Aries trait I see with him is his ability to just tell it like it is, straight truth, no chaser. He might even hurt the feelings a little bit. I remember he was on a show talking to a woman about like relationships or dating or something, and he was just like completely giving it to her. Very straightforward, just like his mother, who is a Virgo, by the way. And one thing about Virgo and Aries, we gonna give it to you straight. Like we really not gonna mince words. So yep, Todd Chrisley is an Aries, for those of you who didn't know. All right, next on the list is Miss Tami Roman. Actually, hold on, let me put some respect on my girl's name. It is Mrs. Tami Roman Youngblood, because she is a married woman. My bad, didn't mean to forget. So in Tami, you definitely see the Aries trait in her mouth. Like, Tami is not, she really doesn't care if you burst out into tears. She's gonna look at you and it's gonna be a, I said what I said type of situation. I really wanted to put a picture of her up with the Bonnet Chronicles, but she's so much more beautiful. I mean, she's always beautiful. Y'all know what I mean, but I just really like this picture of her a whole lot more. Her Bonnet Chronicles is when she really keeping it too real with us. But another thing I see in Tami as far as her Aries nature is Tami's very spontaneous. Like, sometimes before she could even think about it or process anything, she just kind of goes for it. And a lot of times she can end up jumping the gun, but I actually think that's why a lot of people like Tami, because she will go there and she will jump the gun. But yes, definitely a lot of Aries energy with Tami Roman. Youngblood, excuse me. Okay, the next person on our list is Mrs. Traci Braxton. Now, the very first thing I see in Traci when it comes to being an Aries is her boldness. The stuff that comes out of Traci's mouth sometimes is you almost embarrassed to be sitting there listening to it, but it's just so bold. Like, she just comes right out and says stuff and does stuff, and I mean, you gotta love her. She's fun. She is adventurous. Out of all the Braxton sisters, if I was ever to go on a trip or anything like that, I would want Traci on my team, because I know she's gonna roll with the punches, and I know she's gonna be down for whatever we are trying to do. She's gonna be all about adventure and having fun. The biggest thing I see in Traci, though, and I was so happy to see this in her, when she finally embraced her Aries energy to be a dreamer. Aries dream big anyway, but if you are more fearful Aries, you may not always push for your dreams. And I was really relieved to see Traci push for her dream. Even though to other people it didn't seem like something she should have been going for, I was happy to see her finally embrace her Aries energy. So yeah, kudos to you, Miss Traci Braxton. You better do it, girl. OMG, the sweetest, kindest Aries on the planet. Who doesn't like Joanna Gaines? Raise your hand if you don't like Joanna Gaines. You're lying. Why don't you like Joanna Gaines? Everybody likes Joanna Gaines. just a very sweet personality. But let me get to her Aries traits. I'm sorry. So one of the things that stand out with Joanna Gaines is I read somewhere once that Aries women are highly motivated and often a role model, not role model because we're all grown, but you know what I mean, often a model and a motivation for other women. And I think Joanna Gaines embodies this perfectly. Like, she has an impeccable sense of style. Sometimes that farmhouse chic, it wears me out, but it's her thing and she does it really, really well. She just kind of fell into designing. She didn't take any specific classes. She just had a niche and she perfected it over time. I love the uniqueness of her and Chip's story. They started out with not having very much and then they built up this empire. They raised their children in a very unconventional way, which is no surprise with an Aries, honey. They gonna do parenting their way. They don't care how anybody else does it, but they're out there on that farm and they kind of are isolated. They don't watch a lot of TV. Like, I just love it. I just love the unconventional parenting. And I really do feel like she is a role model for a lot of women who are at home and trying to make their houses cozy and warm and be mothers and all of that other stuff. So yeah, I could go on, but Miss Joanna Gaines definitely giving off that Aries energy, but that quiet, less bold than most Aries women, but definitely still making her mark. Okay, so the next person on our list is Eenie, Meenie, Miney, Mo, Mr. Young Jock. Young Jock exudes the same thing that Todd Chrisley exudes, that same boyish charm, child. I guess you can't get away from it with the Aries man. It doesn't matter how much Young Jock annoys me on the show. I still find him to be funny. He still just reminds me of like the boy in high school, but like grown up, if that makes sense. He's spontaneous. He's always going to make sure to give you a good laugh. He must be quite the charmer because he has charmed his way into several baby mamas and lots of children. I do believe that Young Jock has 8 children. He has 2 sets of twins, so that's 4 right there. But Young Jock must be quite the charmer for the women who like it. You never know what you're going to get with Young Jock. You don't know if you're going to get, like a 27 piece, if you're going to get, some finger waves, if you're going to get skateboarder chic. You just never really know with him. He's going to keep you guessing, but you're always going to have a good time and you're always going to, feel youthful around a Young Jock. And hey, he must be good at what he does because he has snagged him a lawyer in Kendra, I think that's her name, and he's going to be getting married soon. So hey, what do I know? Okay, so I think this is the first time that I have had a pair on a Zodiac chat. So we have John and Kate of John and Kate plus 8. They are both Aries. And from what I know about an Aries relationship, like a double Aries, it can work, but you have to remember that Aries is a fixed sign. It's also a cardinal sign, meaning it's a lead sign. It leads into whatever season we're going into. So for this one, it would be spring. And when you're a lead sign like this, somebody has to take the back seat. And you spend a lot of your relationship kind of trying to decide who is going to do that. And something tells me that it was probably difficult within this relationship. You will find yourself possibly butting heads a lot. One person will want to be the one making a lot of the decisions. You're not going to be able always to agree on stuff and find any common middle ground. Remember, they are both Rams, so y'all know how Rams battle it out. They butt heads. So that might have contributed to the eventual breakdown of their marriage, as well as the filming and I think some infidelity, child. But yeah, this is the first time I've had a pair, John and Kate, 2 Aries. All right, next on the list we have Vicki from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Vicki gives me a lot of the extremes of an Aries woman. She is bold, super bold. She is mouthy, super mouthy. The biggest thing I see in Vicki whenever I've watched the show is Vicki is intimidating. Like, if you are a new girl on the show or if you're trying to get in good with the gang, she's definitely the intimidation factor. I think that she has been there the longest too. Don't quote me on that. But one of the things I really admire about Vicki right now is that I saw recently she has purchased a retirement home and retirement and summer home in Mexico. So that just speaks to the determination and the fearlessness that you see in a lot of Aries women. If they set out to accomplish a goal, then they are very much going to do so. And I think that's really admirable. It's something I would like to do myself as far as retirement. So I have similar goals, Vicki. Hopefully I will get there one day. All right, so next we have Toya Bush Harris. You know, Toya gets a lot of heat. She gets a lot of heat, but I've always liked her on the show. I've always thought she was fun. Very much down for whatever. Y'all know how Toya rolls. Toya will give it to you straight as well. She definitely has a mouth on her. And Toya will just say whatever. Like, she kind of like Traci Braxton. Some of the stuff that come out of Toya's mouth, I'll be like, girl, where you get not appropriate right now. But that's Toya. You gotta love her. One of the biggest times I remember her Aries personality coming out is when they were in those they were having those tax problems, and Toya could not see the forest for the trees. Like, she kept talking about that house and this closet and all this other stuff she wanted. You remember I said that Aries can be very me first? Ooh, Toya was giving it to us that season. I was just like, Toya girl, y'all have bigger fish to fry. Literally, y'all are gonna be selling fish plates if you don't get it together. But hey, I still like Toya. I just remember that one moment standing out, and I was like, yeah, she's definitely giving me Aries right now. And last but not least, one of my favorite Aries is Dr. Britton Cole from Married to Medicine. I just think Dr. Britton is just so bomb. And she has a lot of that Aries energy that I was talking about with the women, honey, eating out the palm of the hand. Dr. Britton gives me that through and through. If you've noticed, all of the women that I've talked about thus far, they are very much powerful, fearless, bold. I just wish y'all could bottle some of that up and give it to me, honey, because I want to have the men panting too. But that's a unique gift that y'all have, and we can't hate. Other signs we cannot hate. The Aries girls just got it. They just got it going on like that. Like, I don't even have any single Aries friends. Like, I can't even remember the last time that any of them were single, but I'm sorry, I digress. Another thing I see in Dr. Britton, she has a very unique style, like a lot of Aries women. Aries women don't really care about what's in style. Y'all will wear something until it goes out of style and then keep wearing it until it comes back in style. It's all about what looks good on you and what feels good to you. You all will put it on. It's very different. It's very unique. Another thing I noticed about Dr. Britton, like all of the other women on here, Aries women have a unique parenting style. Like, have y'all ever noticed that? Every woman on here has had their parenting critiqued. Every Aries woman that I've talked about. And I don't know what it is about your parenting style. It seems more of like a friends first type of parenting, but yeah, I don't know. It's unique, it's different, and it's other zodiac signs who have that going on as well, but I've definitely noticed it with y'all. I don't meet a whole lot of like stern and strict Aries parents, unless we're talking about like possibly the dads, but not even really them. You guys just have a unique parenting style, and you know, it works for you, and it works for you and your children, and that's really all that matters. But I also see that with Dr. Britton on the show. So yeah, you guys, that's really all I had. Honorable mention to Yandy Smith, Amina Butterfly, who else? It was a lot on that VH1 cast. I really had to narrow it down. But thank you guys so much for watching. This definitely was a longer one of the Zodiac Chat. Shout out to all of my Aries, and I will see you all for the next one. Okay, bye.